Wake up.
This video is an initiation to Thoth's manifestation secret. What if I told you that everything you've been taught about manifestation is only half the truth? What if the law of attraction you've been practicing, the vision boards, the affirmations, the positive thinking, the endless trying to believe hard enough is like using a bicycle when a starship is waiting for you in the hangar? What if Thoth, the Atlantean sage, the Egyptian god of wisdom, the scribe of the gods, the one whom the Greeks called Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great, left behind not philosophy, not religion, not mythology, but technology? A technology of consciousness. A blueprint for mastering reality that has been deliberately buried for millennia, hidden in plain sight, encoded in symbols that only the ready could decipher. This video is not information, it is an initiation. The difference between these two things is everything. Information you consume, you take it in, you process it, you file it away, and then you forget it. Initiation transforms you. Information leaves you where it found you. Initiation changes you at the level of your soul. Information you can take or leave, agree with or reject, believe or doubt. Initiation, once received, cannot be undone. It is not something you learn, it is something you step into. It is something you become. What you are about to receive is not content for your mind to analyze, it is frequency for your being to integrate. But I have to warn you before we begin, initiation is not comfortable. It will not leave you where it found you. It will not pat you on the head and send you back to your life unchanged. Initiation shatters. It breaks apart what you thought was solid. It dissolves what you thought was true. It reveals the illusions you've been living inside, the walls you didn't know were walls, the cages you thought were rooms. If you are not ready to have your reality shattered, if you are not ready to question everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world, if you are not ready to take responsibility for the life you've been creating unconsciously, you may want to stop here. This is not for everyone. It never was. The mystery schools did not open their doors to whoever happened to walk by. They tested, they prepared, they waited, and only those who were ready were invited in. If you're still here, it's not an accident. Something in you is ready. Something in you knows that there is more to life, more to you, more to reality than you've been told. Something in you has been preparing for this moment, maybe for years, maybe for lifetimes. The exhaustion you've been feeling, the restlessness, the sense that nothing in the old world fits anymore, that was preparation. The shedding, the loneliness, the confusion, the questions that have no answers, that was clearing. And to you, to the one who stayed, to the one who didn't click away, to the one who felt something stir when you read the word initiation, I say, welcome. The initiation begins now. The mystery schools. In ancient Egypt, in Greece, in India, in Persia, in every civilization that left a mark on human consciousness, there were mystery schools. These were not universities. They were not places where you paid tuition and received a degree that you could hang on your wall. They were places where you died to who you were and were reborn as who you could become. Initiation was the process, and it was never written down. It was never recorded in books that anyone could read. It was transmitted directly from master to initiate, from soul to soul, from frequency to frequency, in the silence between words, in the space between breaths. Why weren't these teachings written down for everyone? Why did the mystery schools keep their secrets hidden for millennia? This is a question that many seekers ask, and the answer is not what you might think. It was not about exclusivity. It was not about hoarding power. The knowledge itself is not dangerous, not in the way a weapon is dangerous. But knowledge without readiness is like fire in the hands of a child, not because the fire is evil, because the child does not yet know what fire is. The unprepared mind will distort the teaching. The ego will co-opt it. The unready will use it to serve their illusions rather than their liberation, to build bigger prisons rather than to open the doors. The secrets were kept not to exclude, but to protect. The mystery schools were not gates that locked people out. They were sieves. They separated the ready from the unready, the humble from the arrogant, the seeker from the tourist. Anyone could approach the door, but only those who had prepared themselves, who had purified themselves, who had demonstrated that they were ready to receive without distorting, only those were invited inside. This is not cruelty, this is wisdom. The same wisdom that tells a surgeon not to operate without training, that tells a pilot not to fly without practice. Some things are too important to be learned by trial and error. Some truths are too powerful to be received by those who have not prepared themselves to hold them. Information you can get from a book. Initiation you can only receive from a transmission. Information is horizontal. It moves from one brain to another, from one mind to another, across the surface of consciousness. Initiation is vertical. It moves from a higher frequency to a lower one, from a deeper level of being to one that is ready to expand. Information can be recorded, repeated, shared. Initiation must be experienced. You cannot initiate yourself. You cannot read your way into transformation. You cannot watch enough videos or read enough books or attend enough workshops. At some point, you must receive. And what you are about to receive is not words, it is frequency. The words are just the carrier wave. The transmission is beneath them, between them, beyond them. You have been prepared for this moment. Every challenge you faced, every question you've asked, every sleepless night staring at the ceiling wondering if there is more to life than this, it was all preparation. The shedding, the exhaustion, the loneliness, the confusion, the loss of people you thought would always be there, the crumbling of plans you thought were solid, it was all clearing the ground. The old had to fall away so the new could be planted. The field had to be plowed before the seed could be sown. You are here by no accident. You are here because you are ready, and the ones who are ready are being called. The mystery school is open, and you are inside it. The half-truth that keeps you seeking. Before we receive the keys, we must first clear away the debris. We must name what has been taught so that we can see where it falls short. You've been taught that manifestation works like this. Think positive thoughts, feel positive emotions, and the universe will bring you what you want. Visualize, affirm, believe, act as if. And when it doesn't work, when the vision board doesn't manifest, when the affirmations feel hollow, when the belief wavers, you're told that you didn't believe enough, didn't feel enough, didn't vibrate high enough. The implication is that you are the problem. You are not doing it right. You are not trying hard enough. This is not a complete lie. It is a half-truth. And half-truths are more dangerous than outright lies because they keep you trying. They keep you on the hamster wheel of effort, believing that if you just try harder, just believe more, just visualize better, it will finally work. The law of attraction, as it's commonly taught, is not wrong, it's incomplete. It's like teaching someone to swim by explaining the properties of water. Useful information, but it won't keep you from drowning. You need to get in the water. You need to feel it. You need to surrender to it. You need to become the swimmer, not just understand swimming. The word attraction itself contains the flaw. It implies that what you want is outside you, separate from you, something you have to pull toward you from a distance. This is the illusion at the heart of the materialist worldview, the belief that you are a separate being in a separate world, trying to influence a reality that is not you. But the universe is not outside you. You are not a separate being trying to attract things from a separate world. You are the universe. The world is inside you. And manifestation is not about pulling things toward you from a distance. It is about allowing what is already within you to emerge. Most manifestation teachings are designed for the ego. They promise more money,
better relationships, a nicer car, a bigger house, a more impressive life. These things are not wrong in themselves, but they are not the point. The ego's desires are endless. Fulfill one and another arises. Get the thing you wanted, and soon you want something else. The ego cannot be satisfied because satisfaction is not its function. Its function is to keep you seeking, keep you striving, keep you focused on the next thing, the next achievement, the next acquisition. The ego is not the enemy, but it is not the self. And when you try to manifest from the ego, you are feeding the very thing that keeps you asleep.
The real secret of manifestation is not getting what you want. It is realizing that what you truly want is already within you. The peace you've been seeking through achievements is already within you. The love you've been seeking through relationships is already within you. The freedom you've been seeking through escape is already within you. You are not trying to become something you're not. You are trying to remember what you've always been. And the moment you stop seeking outside yourself, the moment you turn inward, the moment you rest in the knowing that you already are what you've been looking for, that is the moment manifestation becomes effortless. Not because you've mastered a technique, because you've woken up. Thoth taught that all is mind, the universe is mental. This is not philosophy, it is not a belief system to adopt, it is physics, the physics of consciousness. The world you see, the chair you're sitting on, the screen you're looking at, the body you think you inhabit, the room you think you're in, is not solid matter. It is energy, it is vibration, it is thought made visible, made tangible, made seemingly solid. Your consciousness is not inside your body. Your body is inside your consciousness. Your consciousness is not a tiny flame flickering in a vast dark universe. Your consciousness is the universe, and your body is one of the forms it has taken. If all is mind, then everything you experience is a thought. Not a thought in your personal mind, the little mind that worries about tomorrow and regrets yesterday. A thought in the universal mind, the mind of the all, the consciousness that dreams reality into being. And you are not separate from that mind. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. The same consciousness that animates the stars animates you. The same awareness that knows the movement of galaxies knows the beating of your heart. You are not a visitor in this universe. You are the universe visiting itself. This is not a belief you adopt. It is a reality you wake up to. You cannot believe your way into this truth. You cannot affirm it enough times to make it real. You must experience it. You must feel it in your bones, in your blood, in the silence behind your thoughts. And the moment you do, everything changes. The world is no longer happening to you. It is happening through you. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of them. Not because you have learned to control something outside yourself, because you have realized that there is nothing outside yourself. There never was. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the space around you, the air on your skin, the sounds in the room, the sensations in your body. Now ask yourself, who is the one who is aware of this? Who is the one who feels these sensations, hears these sounds, notices this space? Not the voice in your head that answers the question, the awareness behind the voice, the consciousness that has been present since before you were born and will be present after this body returns to dust. That awareness, that consciousness, is the mind Thoth spoke of. It is not your personal mind, it is the universal mind, and you are not separate from it. You are it. Rest here, not as a concept to understand, as an experience to have. Key 2. The universe responds to frequency, not words. The second key, the universe does not understand your words, it responds to your frequency. Affirmations spoken without feeling are noise.
Visualizations done without presence are daydreams. Prayers recited without connection are empty sounds. The universe is not listening to what you say. It is reading what you are. Your vibration, your state of being, your frequency, the energy you are radiating moment by moment. This is what manifests. Not what you ask for, what you are. You cannot affirm abundance while feeling lack and expect abundance to appear. The feeling of lack is a frequency. It is a vibration, and the universe responds to frequency. It does not judge, it does not decide, it does not weigh your words against your feelings and choose to honor the words. It simply matches. Like a tuning fork vibrating at a certain pitch will cause another tuning fork of the same pitch to vibrate. The universe returns to you whatever matches the frequency you are broadcasting. This is not magic, this is physics. This is the law of vibration at work in your life, whether you know it or whether you believe it. You are always broadcasting. Every thought is a broadcast. Every emotion is a broadcast. Every belief, every expectation, every assumption about what is possible or impossible, what is likely or unlikely, what you deserve or don't deserve, all of it is frequency. And the universe is responding constantly, matching your frequency with circumstances, people, events, experiences that vibrate at the same rate. The reason your life looks the way it does is not because of luck or fate or the randomness of the universe. It is because of the frequency you have been broadcasting, not in the past, not someday, now. Stop trying to manifest from lack. Stop affirming what you don't have as if saying it enough times will make it true. Stop visualizing a future that hasn't arrived as if the future is separate from the present. Instead, find the feeling of having it now, not as a visualization of a future event, as a sensation in your body, right now. What does abundance feel like? Not the thought of abundance, the sensation, the feeling, the frequency. Close your eyes and find it. What does love feel like? What does freedom feel like? What does peace feel like? What does vitality feel like? Not as ideas, as physical sensations, as frequencies vibrating through your body. Find that feeling. Live in that feeling. Let that feeling be your frequency. The universe will match it. It has no choice. That is the law. Key 3. The observer creates the observed. The third key comes from quantum physics, though Thoth taught it thousands of years before the first physicist was born. The observer creates the observed. A particle exists in multiple states in a superposition of all possibilities until it is observed. The act of observation collapses possibility into actuality. Your attention brings reality into being. What you focus on, you create. What you ignore, you allow to dissolve. Not in some vague metaphorical sense, literally, at the quantum level, at the level where reality is woven from the threads of consciousness. This means that you are not observing a pre-existing reality that is separate from you. You are creating it moment by moment. Every thought is a brushstroke on the canvas of your world. Every emotion is a color. Every belief is a shape. Every expectation is a line drawing the contours of what is to come. You are painting your reality. Not tomorrow, not someday, now, in this moment, with every thought, every feeling, every assumption about what is true and what is possible. The question is not whether you are creating. The question is whether you are creating consciously or unconsciously, intentionally or accidentally, with awareness or asleep at the wheel. Most people are creating unconsciously. They are painting with the colors of fear, of doubt, of limitation, of scarcity, of I can't and that's not possible, and who do you think you are? And they wonder why their reality looks the way it does. They are like a painter who dips their brush in mud and then wonders why the canvas is not beautiful. The mud is not the enemy. The painter simply does not know they are holding the brush. They do not realize that they are the one choosing the colors. They think the colors are chosen for them by circumstances, by fate, by other people, by a universe that is indifferent or hostile. But you are not most people. You are here. You are receiving this initiation, and now you know. You are holding the brush. The colors are your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your expectations. The canvas is your reality. What will you paint? Not as a future resolution, as a present choice. In this moment, what frequency are you broadcasting? In this moment, what are you observing? Where is your attention? The universe will follow your gaze, not because it is obedient, because your gaze is the creative force. Where you look, reality appears. Key 4. Surrender is the highest form of power. The fourth key is the paradox that confuses the ego. Surrender is the highest form of power. Not giving up, not passivity, not the collapse of the defeated who have stopped trying because they believe they cannot succeed. Surrender is the recognition that you are not the doer. You are not the one making things happen. You are the vessel through which the universe expresses itself. You are the flute through which the music plays. You are not the source of the power. You are the conduit. And when you try to force, when you try to control, when you try to make things happen through effort and will, you actually block the flow. You close the channel. You squeeze the hose and the water stops. Surrender is allowing. It is opening. It is saying yes to what is, even as you create what is not yet. It is trusting that there is an intelligence greater than your planning mind, a wisdom deeper than your strategizing ego, a timing more perfect than your impatient desires. Surrender is not resignation. It is alignment. It is the recognition that you are part of something larger than your separate self, and that this something larger knows what it is doing. Your job is not to control the river. Your job is to flow with it, to trust it, to allow it to carry you exactly where you need to go. You cannot force manifestation. You cannot control the universe. The ego's attempts to control are like a leaf trying to control the river. The leaf can struggle. It can fight against the current. It can try to paddle upstream with its tiny leaf muscles, but it will exhaust itself and get nowhere. Or the leaf can surrender. It can trust. It can allow the river to carry it, and the river will carry the leaf exactly where it needs to go, to the soil where it will nourish the tree that will grow the leaf that will someday float again. The leaf does not need to know the destination. It only needs to trust the current. Let go, not of your desires, of your attachment to how they appear, of your insistence that the universe deliver them in the package you have imagined. Trust that the universe knows a better path than your planning mind can conceive. Trust that the intelligence that holds the stars in place knows how to arrange circumstances for your highest good. Release the need to control. Say these words not as submission to an external God, but as alignment with the intelligence that flows through all things. Thy will, not mine, be done. Show me the way. I am listening. I am ready. I surrender. And mean it, not as a one-time prayer, as a moment-to-moment practice. Surrender is not a decision you make once. It is a choice you make every time you remember. Key 5. You are not manifesting. You are remembering. Everything you seek is already within you. Abundance, love, freedom, peace, joy, purpose, connection. They are not things you have to attract from outside yourself. They are your true nature. They are what you are when the layers of forgetting are peeled away. You have simply forgotten, and manifestation, Real manifestation is not the process of getting something new. It is the process of remembering what has always been yours. You do not need to become anything. You need to unbecome everything you are not. The endless striving to improve yourself, to fix yourself, to make yourself worthy. This is the ego's game. You are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You are a divine being having a human experience, and the human experience includes forgetting. It includes the illusion of separation. It includes the belief that you are small, limited, unworthy. But these are beliefs, not truths. They are clouds passing across the sun. They are not the sun itself, and the sun has never stopped shining, even when you could not see it. You do not need to earn anything. You need to release the belief that you are unworthy. Worthiness is not something you achieve. It is something you recognize. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you are a spark of the monad, a fragment of the divine, a thought in the mind of the all. There is nothing you can do to increase your worthiness. There is nothing you can do to decrease it. It is not a matter of behavior. It is a matter of identity. And the sooner you stop trying to earn what is already yours, the sooner the manifestation can appear. You do not need to attract anything. You need to remember that it is already yours. The desire you feel for abundance, for love, for freedom, these desires are not random. They are the soul's memory of what it already is. You would not desire abundance if you were not, in your deepest essence, abundant. You would not long for love if you were not, at your core, love itself. The desire is the compass. It is not pointing to something outside you. It is pointing to something within you. Follow it inward. Sit in silence. Ask yourself, what have I been seeking outside myself that is already within me? And let the answer rise, not as a thought, as a knowing, as a felt sense, as a recognition that brings tears to your eyes because you have finally come home. The initiation is complete. The keys are in your hands. You have received what few ever receive, not because you are special, because you are ready. And the readiness is not something you earned. It is something you allowed. You opened, you stayed, you received. And now the work begins. Not the work of doing, the work of being. The work of living from this knowing moment by moment, breath by breath, choice by choice. The work of remembering when you forget, as you will, and remembering again. This is the path. This is the practice. This is the initiation that never ends. Becoming the initiation. The initiation does not end when the video ends. It begins. You have received the keys. Now you must use them. Not as techniques to master, not as concepts to understand, not as beliefs to defend, as truths to live. Every moment is an opportunity to remember. Every challenge is an opportunity to apply. Every breath is an opportunity to create. The separation between your spiritual practice and your daily life was always an illusion. There is no difference between sitting in meditation and washing the dishes, between chanting a mantra and speaking to a stranger, between visualizing abundance and paying your bills. It is all the same frequency. It is all the same consciousness. It is all the same you. Each morning, before you check your phone, before you read the news, before you engage with the world that will try to convince you that you are small and separate and powerless, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Remember, all is mind. Feel the frequency of what you want to create, not as a future hope, as a present reality. Observe where your attention goes. Surrender to the flow. Trust that you are not the doer, that something larger is moving through you,
that you are held by forces beyond your understanding. And remember that you are not manifesting, you are remembering. Do this for 5 minutes each morning. It will change everything. With initiation comes responsibility. You are no longer a victim of reality. You are its creator. This is not a burden. It is freedom. But freedom requires awareness. You cannot unconsciously create and then wonder why your life is not what you want. You cannot broadcast fear and expect love to appear. You cannot vibrate lack and expect abundance to flow. You must stay awake. You must stay aware. You must stay in the frequency of creation, not through effort, through remembrance, through the daily practice of turning inward and recognizing who you are. The ego will try to co-opt this teaching. It will try to use it to manifest more toys, more status, more validation. It will try to turn this initiation into another strategy for staying asleep, another technique for getting what it wants, another way to avoid the only thing that truly matters, waking up. Do not let it. This is not about getting more. It is about being more, not about having, about becoming. The manifestation of things is not wrong, but it is not the point. The point is liberation. The point is remembering who you are. The point is waking up from the dream of separation and resting in the truth that you have never been separate, not for a moment, not for an instant, not ever. If you felt the initiation, if something shifted in you while watching, if
you felt the initiation, if something shifted in you while watching, if the words landed somewhere deeper than your mind, if you know in your bones that you are not who you thought you were, comment one word below, initiated. Not for me, for you, to declare that you are no longer a seeker, you are a knower, to claim your place in the lineage of those who have received and remembered, to let the universe know that the initiation has taken hold. If this initiation has transformed you, share it with someone who is ready. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay connected. The Mystery School is open, and you are inside it. Remember, you didn't find this video by accident. The initiation found you. You are ready. You have always been ready. Now live it. Rise, Spark. Rise. Thank you for being here.